Feel the faucet, let's get it.
Woo! Oh, yeah. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loot, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, just back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, back to riches. It's hard to walk, it's hard to walk. Back to riches, just back to riches.
All right. Yeah, dog. Welcome to R2R live stream number 67. It's a special edition tonight. It's the Bitcoin 100K watch party. We'll give it like 30 minutes to an hour. We'll stream. We'll see how long this goes. But I want to make sure I'm live because this is history. Okay. We're as close as we've ever been to $100,000 Bitcoin. And it's a beautiful day. It really is. It's a beautiful night. I mean, I'm going back and it feels good because I could go and grab my ledger where I stacked it took me, let me say, I want to say from 2016 to about 2015 to late 2016 to get about 28 Bitcoin and then leave it in the ledger. And I was buying Bitcoin $250, buying it every paycheck. So this is a big moment because this is going to be, since I had gotten in, what are we going on? Second cycle. And this could be a really, really big one, right? Actually, no. This is the third cycle. My first cycle was when Bitcoin, I had been buying at $250. It went all the way to $19,000. I forget what year it was exactly. Was it 2017? And I just remember right into the new year, boom, it dumped, right? So then that was the first cycle. We went into a bear market, it went to 3,000. And then we had the last bull market where Bitcoin wicked up to 65 to 67, $69,000. What does Richard Hart call it? The Judas candle wick. And that was beautiful. And then we went into a bear market. So we're at $100,000 Bitcoin right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at $100,000 Bitcoin. It's just unbelievable. This full 10-year journey on where I'm at today. Pound the like button, by the way. Pound the like button, drop a comment. Gosh, man. I'm just I'm blown away by the fact that this is happening, right? The fact that we're this close. Now, we might not hit it tonight. It might get rejected at 98,000. I don't know. We're going to watch it live, but somebody in the comments. Let's see. Let's read the comments. This is like a night to drink, right? I have my iced tea though. I don't drink alcohol anymore. My time is done. I can't do it anymore. Been alcohol free for 2 years, unfortunately. Wish I could drink. I can't. Yo, going live again, dog grinding. What's going on? Crypto Prad. Stizzy Jones, Bitcoin to 100 racks. China buying Bitcoin. Is that what's going on right now? China's buying Bitcoin? China is buying Bitcoin. Let's hop over to Yahoo Finance because everything going on in the world right now, for one, okay, Not that it matters, but unless you've been under a rock, we just recently heard that Joe Biden gave the green light for Ukraine to use the long range missiles, right? To reach into Russia. So that basically was the start of World War III. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. Here's the big thing about war. Okay. The last time I remember we were the closest to getting into a war, I believe it was with Iran. I can't remember. There was like Iran scares years ago. Um, Bitcoin took a dip and then it took off. And I was like, why is it taking off? And the explanation was because the Saudi money during a time where they're like, hey, like we might go into war, they want to store their value. It typically has always been gold commodities, right? Well, last time it showed on the chart that the Saudi money, all that Middle East money was going into Bitcoin. And they started calling it the digital gold. So war is not bad for Bitcoin. It's actually really, 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 really good. And we saw that. Like it was a glimpse. Like this war scare that happened, I can't remember exactly what year it was. It came and gone in like a week, right? But we saw the money just go boom. Um, you know, that it just happened so fast. It just happened so fast, right? And everyone was like, the Saudis put their money, and instead of doing commodities, physical gold, they went digital gold. So war breaks out, a lot of money could be stored in there, right? But then I look at the stock market, right, and you can kind of see what happens before the U.S. markets open in 9 hours, 3 minutes. Stock market's down some points right now, heading into tomorrow. Okay, S&P futures down, the Dow futures, the Nasdaq, the Russell, and then gold and silver is up, right? So crude oil, gold and crude oil is up. So there might be a reaction tomorrow that could be delayed that would pause Bitcoin, but just like for a moment's time, right? For like a moment's time. Because I do believe this narrative that like war will affect the price of Bitcoin real quick. And then it's going to go boop because everyone's going to buy it. And if China's buying it, hey, let's see. If China's buying Bitcoin, when done, I don't know. Did Chinese regulation change or something like that? Did China unban Bitcoin? Let me pull up something right now. Maybe I'll look at some Bitcoin news. This is a big day. This is like a big moment for me, especially because I've been in crypto a long time, right? And these bear markets have been crazy. And I'm heavily in DeFi, but I don't talk about Bitcoin or Ethereum like that just because it's this Ethereum is just a gas token that I pay to utilize on DeFi, but I store a lot of both. I still have my original 28 Bitcoin that I bought and I stored and I earned, right? I earned it by back when I worked, 10, 12-hour days. Um, it's a proud moment to be this close, right? To be this close. And when I first talked about losing all my money in crypto, it was holding on to my Bitcoin till it was $3,000. Then I was like, I can't sell. So my whole lifestyle changed at that time from that first cycle where I was like, $19,000. I remember telling my family I'm holding for $100,000. Went to 19, 20, and it went boop. It did a big, huge haircut all the way to 3,000. So I wasn't rich anymore at that time. And then, it went back up. And then I discovered that there was Hex. And then, I never looked back. But, these assets, as far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, I look at them as like the retirement money, right? I don't want to buy a 401k. I don't want to have 401k. I want to have Bitcoin. So I do know that I'm going to have to hold another cycle because inflation, it forces me to hold. So even though it's going to be nice to see Bitcoin go up, maybe I should consider playing it different and try it because I've never really tried to sell the Bitcoin tops. I was like long term, but maybe I should sell at some point in time and buy the dips. it's been 2 cycles in a row where I coulda, woulda, shoulda, and I didn't because I was like long term, long term. And I don't really have that long term mindset in DeFi. Like I have to force myself to like hide ledgers and stuff, and because I want to sell and play. So I have my play wallets and all that. But this is the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. I think that I should play this. What do you guys think? Should I play this bear? This going into transitioning from this bull market to the bear? Should I just sell and buy the dip, or just hold it? Because I feel like what am I, like 20 plus years from being in my 60s where people retire. So yeah, I don't. It depends on how well I honestly do, like in the Richard Hart ecosystem for one, where I have a lot of my what you would call net worth in the degen space. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Sell alt. What does Reyes say? Reyes is a whale. S Reyes. Shrey. What do you call by Shrey? S Ray. Like I call you S Reyes, like Mexican. X Shrey OX. Is that how you say it? Sell all tops. Sergio says sell half. Kavmir, happy for you, Thomas. I've been following you since Wise. Do you remember those days, man? Man, I've come a long way in this space for real. I've seen it all. I think for someone like you that's been around since like Wise Token and people that see me like on Tron, but me even like my first channel ever that I deleted because I was done with YouTube. Like I always get like exhausted from this stuff. When I was on camera and I was like, I bought another $20 of Bitcoin and it was 250 bucks and I was buying $7 Ethereum. I just like all my dreams came true with price points, right? But the $100,000 price point that we could see soon here was something that I was feeling it in December. What was it? 2017? Was it 2018, 2017? Before we went into the new year for a bear market right after, I was like, I had just held the whole year of going at the beginning of the year from 1,000, 2,000, 3, and it just went parabolic, you know? So I was feeling 100,000 back then. I didn't understand the Bitcoin halvings to the fullest. I didn't understand cycles. I didn't know none of that stuff. So of course I held and went back down. But now that I know, people are saying sell the tops, sell the tops. Let's see. Heck yeah, sell when bear rears its head buyback in. The only implication is taxable events, right? Pay my taxes. You gotta pay your taxes. Crypto attorneys, man. I have the best crypto tax guy. Cost me a lot of money. Crypto attorney as well. I've had to deal with some things in crypto where I have the crypto attorney. Matter of fact, I have these conversations with him regularly on things that I talk about in crypto, on things that I invest in, and I ask him, is this a Ponzi? What do you think of that? And they have like an entire like blockchain like forensics team that knows everything. Like there's nothing I can touch that they won't be able to dissect and know. And he tell me like, do you think the IRS is stupid, Thomas? Like they know about all these little things. So every project that I'm in, I ask them, could this be identified as a Ponzi? And they'll tell me, give me 30 days because they got all these other clients, and they'll look into the protocols and the tokenomics and everything, and they'll know. And I have the answers on what is and what isn't across the board. So I talk with them in regards to like disclaimers on YouTube and all that because I've been doing this a long time. But it's interesting because when I talk with them about Bitcoin, they're like, hold your Bitcoin, but sell it at the top this time because last time you held it, because I've been dealing with them for a long time. So that was the advice, like, because I asked, for financial, not advice, but I talk with my guy like we're friends. I've known him since he had his first, now his second kid. He's a young crypto attorney. He does big cases with the SEC and all these things. So it's interesting to go from where I had nobody but a camera and me talking to people to like big wigs, big shots in the industry. And I get a little bit of advice from them as far as this. So it's interesting to see you guys say like sell half, because these are things that they talk about and they explain, when it comes to taxes, just like you mentioned, what to do with this, what would be the best time to sell, or when you should harvest a loss too. So if you're making a lot of money in crypto, you need to have a crypto tax attorney, crypto tax guy who does it all, and it saves you trouble down the road. Put it that way. Let's see. Do. What are people saying? We appreciate you guys. You know what? It was a crazy day today, right? If you guys are out there on Twitter, uh, I sometimes I feel like the person that wants to stand up the most, like I want to stand up for the community. Like talking with the incident today, I wanted to stand up for the community and address some um, things that were on my mind, but it's also things I've talked to, like I just got through telling you, with what I would consider the higher ups, right? People that know the structure of crypto, that know the laws, and they can define the law of gravity in crypto when it comes to liquidity and everything. They've seen it all. And when I have these conversations with people like that or people in Telegram that I trust, I go and I make content and I point out the things that I think is most important to people, and it backfires having a voice like mine. It really does. So I thought today, I go, you know what? With all the stuff that happened today, I got to take a back seat and just say, you know what? You've learned so much in the space. Sometimes it's good to keep that knowledge to yourself, because if someone had told me, which a lot of people did that didn't have experience in crypto, they're like, sell your Bitcoin. It would have been good advice. But I was like, no, it's going to 100,000. You're FUD, bro. Like you're going to stay broke. And then I learned the hard way. And I think when I come out like just raw on the on the move, like, hey, I got a message for you, and here's the warning signs. It gets I get misunderstood, and I'm like trying to help people, but when it backfires, it tells you, you know what? Sometimes people just need to learn those lessons in crypto on their own, and that's the best way to learn. That's how I learned, right? So I've made so much money, lost so much money learning these lessons. Stack hacks, my G. It's the next store of value in the game. Yeah, you know what? That every Friday I get a hex stake, and I started these hex stakes in 2020. And the cool thing is about getting my hex stakes every Friday is they're large and they're in charge, but Pulse Chain came out, so now I get the P hex every Friday too. So I'm getting both hex on Ethereum, my stakes every Friday, and ones on the free copies. It literally, Pulse Chain gave me copies of all my stakes that I had on Ethereum set for years on Pulse Chain. So double paychecks. So now I'm doing P hex stakes to come out every Monday. A year out from now, 2 years, three. I'm working on that. That's the best decision I ever made. So I'm gonna stick with that. RH is like, he's going to town for us right now, man. What is the price? 97,580. Come on. We go on stream and you just wet the bed. What's going on? I think I have, oh, maybe I have the free package. I don't know. We went to 97.9. Is it gonna happen tonight? It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen this week. I mean, what is it? We going into Thursday? Thursday morning coming for some of you guys? Yeah. It's good to disconnect from X. Too much false info going about. Yeah, I had that encounter today. All I did today was reply to Trayvon's message, just letting people know, like, I have $1 million value of Titan X, right? And if I wanted to exit without doing like V3, I would really crush the price. So when he said that people are stuck, I'm like, I'm one of them. And that really triggered Eric. Eric said some things. I went and threw like the 3-letter word out, and like people reached out. I said, okay, I'll remove it. But he went on the attack, a lot of people calling me fat, all this stuff. And it's like, and I got some death threats too. Yeah. like towards my kids. One of the like, I don't believe it. One of the guys is like, oh, like Eric put me up to it. I'm like, yeah, bro, sure. Eric told you to do that. Like Eric was going to tell me something like that, he'd probably tweet about it or message me direct. So it was just because I'm like, I'm just going to report you, and you're going to pay for the stuff you say like that towards someone's family, but nothing for people to get that worked up over. Like I don't know what the hell is going on. Gotta love the hex stakes. Yeah, man. They keep the lights on. They keep the lights on. Did you say you bought Bitcoin for 3K? A true OG. No, I've been buying Bitcoin. I bought all of my 28 Bitcoin between it had to have been between 250 to 500 bucks. 28 Bitcoin. And originally it was supposed to be five for me, five for my wife, five for my son, and then five for my other son that I had. And then I just like came up on some trades. I learned how to trade, and I was on, I think it was what is the name of it? Bittrex. And I came up on another set of Bitcoin. So that was all between 250 to 500 bucks. And then all my Ethereum was at $7. I sold most of the Ethereum though, like I would say 60% of it, but I still have a lot. Still have a lot that I bought at $7. So um, I wish I would have kept it all, to be honest. Uh, if I go look back at those wallets, I'd probably throw up at the prices I sold at, like 1,000, 2,000, I forget. Damn, man, I didn't know all that went on today. Sorry, bro. Nah, it's all good. I mean, some of the Titan X people reached out to me. I'm really offended. I think there's people taking real big offense to liquidity, right? So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut about it. I know what I know about liquidity because I've experienced it, and I know what I know about the Tinex protocol and what's going on. And like I said, I've had my guy run through the whole system, and he's been looking at the system since back when the staking incident happened. And I understand a lot of things that I won't even speak publicly about. I won't even mention it. But here's the thing: I know some things. I won't say it, but like Cat Williams says, everything will surface, in 2025, things will come out, and everything's a learning experience. So whether I know something and I have a hunch or, idea, I think it's best that I just go, you know what? It's better you find out on your own, right? Like it really is. I just, as far as wanting to help the community, I think everybody wants a hype man. Everybody wants that person that's going to put a smile on their face and say everything's awesome. Like we're in that Lego movie, everything is awesome, you know, and that's understandable. People don't want to, you don't want to hear what you want to hear. I think I've been that person my whole life. Like I don't want to hear it. Like if it doesn't fit my narrative, I don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it. It's just it's a natural vibe that people want to maintain. What's good? You keep showing up at the top of my YouTube Rex. Thought I'd swing by. What's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're having the Bitcoin watch party. That's what we're doing. We want to give it a little bit of time because I mean, golly, bro. I mean, the time has come. But I do want to focus too. I've been telling people you need to focus on what's going on over here on the S&P 500, right? And the reason why you want to focus here on this end is because the only thing that's going to disrupt the markets, like the stock market, is war, obviously. And Bitcoin has been correlated with the stock market heavily. I think we could detach regardless of like a all out war. I think we really could, or even a huge war scare. Because of we saw a simulation of this. Like I mentioned earlier, the Saudi money said, I ain't buying gold, I'm buying digital gold. And I think we should see that. So I don't think it's going to be if there is a dip, it could be brief. It could be brief. It can be quick, right? Quick and painless. It can be quick and painless, which I would appreciate, man, because I want to see 100. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum right now, and here's the theory, or like not the theory, but here's what people are saying about ETH, right? Maybe it's somewhat true. This cycle, And I hope to God, because I'm not a big Solana user, but people are thinking that Solana stole the show for real. Like Solana stole the show. It's taken the volume with meme tokens, and the gas fees to new users are like unacceptable. Let me tell you a story about like 3 or 4 days back. So I had a guy, I have a friend of mine who's like, I know through crypto, through stocks we've done together from a job, and he came with 200,000, and I was like, "You got to get in Titan X. Like, here's a position you can do with Titan X." And he did. I was like walking him through the test, like how to buy Titan X. So he bought like 5,000 of Titan X. When he saw the fee, he asked me about it. Then he asked me about Solana, and then asked me how the fees are over there. He instantly swapped back the Titan X to ETH and went to Solana. I believe he bought like Peanut and a bunch of memes. And I talked to him today. He's like, dude, I'm having like so much fun. Like, he's learning all these things on his own, and he's finding these meme tokens. And I think like on small amounts, he even got rug pulled. But I was like, bro, you seem so happy getting rugged, but it wasn't a lot of money because he's making a lot of money. So he explained to me like the gas fee. It's like it's dirt cheap, Thomas. Like, don't you think you're like rolling around with this amount that you should be doing it here? And I'm like, well, the ecosystem I like is here, and then the ecosystem that that's a fork of Ethereum is cheap over on Pulse Chain. It just doesn't have the volume. So I wish Pulse Chain had Solana volume, and we have the cheap gas fees, but it is what it is. And I was like, dude, I would have been so proud to have onboarded a $200,000 user to Titan X, because I was directing him. I was like, you buy your Titan X, and we're going to put you into Dragon X, right? But there was no way he was going to float $200,000 to go to Titan X, then to Dragon X with the fees, because the gas fees were high. So I was like, Solana's cheap because he knows about Pulse Chain, but he's like, I don't want to touch anything that has like the SEC. And I was like, I think he's going to beat the case. And it wasn't just, so Solana stole the show. Like, the gas fees are high, and everybody knows that when Ethereum goes up, gas fees go up. And I don't know if this cycle they want to play that game, because everyone wants to buy meme tokens, and new users are being onboarded and they're thinking this is ridiculous. You're talking about people from the real world that are like, oh, hell no. Like, groceries are up and gas is up right now. Like, they don't want to spend more than they need to. And if they know that there's gas fees exist and they experience it, it's a bad experience. So that for me was like, what do you say? Like, okay, I was saying like the opportunity for Titan X was early. I did like the whole like pitch. I was like, we're gonna get you 200,000 and we're gonna get it to Dragon X, bro. And I kept like saying, let's get it, let's click here. Nah, can't get over the gas. So I think he's got mother and some peanut, and he's happy. Happy. Transactions are instant on Solana. Is that the case? Yeah. Yeah. That would have been an awesome onboard too, right? I would have been on camera like, "Hey, bro, you see that $200,000 buy? How you like me now, Eric?" Right? Well, he doesn't like me. He blocked me again, and has said some pretty awful things about me that people are trending and saying to me. So it's like, hey, man, call me fat, call me this, call me that. It's all good, whatever. I mean, I could sit there and name call to you, but I just rather let them vent, whatever. I was pissed at first. I'm more mad at the people that are making weird threats. This isn't. What am I looking at here? This is the price. What the hell? What the hell am I looking at here? What am I doing wrong here? Solana. It's just telling me the market cap right here. Where's the price at? I'm used to clicking on Ethereum. I can go to CoinMarketCap real quick. Make this easier. I'm getting old. I don't know what I'm doing here. Take a look at Solana. Yeah. $239. I mean, the play. I got a guy that I met at a or I didn't meet him. It was at the wrestling camp over the summer, and I had met him at my son's wrestling practice, and I told him about Solana. So he's been texting me like, "You're the man. You're the man." And he's like, "Are you buying it?" I was like, "No, I have my Solana. I bought Solana like $2, and I never used the chain. I bought a bunch of Solana at $2, and I bought a bunch of NFTs that are worthless right now. Worthless. They're not worth anything, right? And I didn't even go on there to move the Solana. I just know that I know how to get back on there when I need to. Like I uninstalled the desktop wallet. I have the app on my ledger. I was gonna reinstall Phantom when the time comes and sell it. And I just I don't like it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's see. The only reason the SEC is a problem is because the SEC considers everyone who is too lazy and uninformed about legacy banking to reclaim their securities as children even after attaining age 18. Yeah, I was told recently, the government really uses us as like a like a trading stock. It's weird. You can actually go and fight for your right to not pay taxes. We won't get into that. I think it's like a 2-year process. I'm gonna try. I don't know. I hear they fight you all the way, but there's a way to not have to pay taxes. It's your God-given right. Sole market cap. Yeah, so that was the sole market cap we were looking at was 113 billion, right? Yikes, man. So what is the overall on coinmarketcap.com? Will Solana flip Ethereum? Let's see how far it is. It would have to go up drastically, but think of it this way. Some people say that Ethereum, it hasn't had its move yet. When it does, it's going to go parabolic, or everyone can be real. I think the smart thing to do would go with the cheaper gas fees and DeFi and meme coins here. I think the biggest onboarder right now is meme coins across the board in crypto. Everybody's buying memes. Everybody's hyped about memes. Everyone talks about memes. And for some reason, everything else is ignored, right? And it just is. I'm talking about a new user to crypto. It was like, F you and your fees. And I told him, like, get into, this and it could be life changing. Like, nah, because of a gas fee. All right. Man, you're my hero, homie, from couch to kingdom. One day we're all going to make it. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Only taxpayers have to pay taxes. Look into Brandon Joe Williams and W8 Ben. Yeah, I spoke with somebody recently about figuring out how to do this, but I'm like, with the amount of money that I'm cashing up to my banks, when the time is right, I really want to get taxed on that. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. It just seems too good to be true. It really does. I don't know. We got to get back to Bitcoin. Come on, come on. Are we gonna move from here? Are we gonna hit 100,000? It would be epic to hit 100,000 on a live stream, but oh my god! And there's the dip. Wow, look at that! A nice little bounce. Nice little bounce. Am I looking at the right chart? Did something go wrong here? Yeah. So what do we say? It got rejected right before $98,000 Bitcoin. Oh no! Hey, maybe this is the point where Bitcoin dominance is like, what is it, 60.5%? This is where Bitcoin dominance is like, I'm going to drop and let the altcoins enjoy the bull market. Maybe not. I don't know. Is it? You never know what's going to happen. Oh man, I'm excited. I was excited for this 100,000. Um, someone put. Oh, I'm looking on Twitter right now. Let's go look at some tweets. Let's go look at some tweets while we're here. It will go to 400K. Hey, I hope it does, man. I hope it does. Man, I really do. That would be nice. But I think max is like 150 to 200,000, right? All right. Let's see what other comments on this video. You're probably just going to see, yeah, a lot of garbage from earlier, right? Well, let's take a look at the Eric. The Eric tweet. Oh man, homie's like on me. Let's take a look. He has me blocked. Oh, there it is. Today's vibe. Where did we get this picture of wrecked? All because of this. He got fired up. I'll show you the tweet. Because my comment here to Trayvon, where I'm like, "What's up, bro? It's been a minute. I'm one of them. I got well over $1 million in Titan X value, and I'm stuck. I'm hoping people burn their, you know what, and pump the bag so I can slowly exit. But I realize there's a ton of big wallets ahead of me that will beat me to it. And yeah, there's a lot of big wallets. I don't know if I'll even when the token pumps, if I'll get out in time because I hold more value than it's in LP. So it's reasonable to think it was a legit concern. But apparently, um, if you point that out, you're just a fat sloppy slob, fat sloppy slob, fat sloppy slob. I like that. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like after this marriage and all these kids, I gained a lot of weight. But I'll get on the treadmill. I'll get on the treadmill. I'll get on the treadmill. I'll focus on that because I don't want to be, you know, keep going overboard. You know, give Eric some more ammunition. You know, God forbid. But does that sound like a founder that's interested in onboarding new people? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd feel weird if the Solana founder was calling me fat. Maybe he would. Maybe he would. Can you imagine Vitalik's like, Thomas G, you're a fat pig. Oh, I can't wait to get on Ethereum. Oh shoot. That's actually funny if you think about it. It would be the first. Like, think of like a founder of like Solana or H bar. Like you see a tweet from the H bar founder, like you're a fat slob. Thank you, bro. There's a lot of fat slobs on Twitter too. They're probably got fat pockets too. $97,327. Come on. All right, what are your predictions? Let's go into the chat. Let's go into the chat. What are your predictions here? We're not going to hit the 100K. I think we just flat out got. Look at the staircase. I'm not a chart guy, right? I don't do all this, draw this and that, and predict that. Like, nah, man. I'm just sitting here as like dumb as you can be, just hoping it goes to 100K. Looking at all this, what I'll tell you, what I only thing I can look at is when I look at the S&P 500. If that's going up, this will go up too. If this goes up, this will go down too. So they've been correlated, but we want them to detach. Why? Because what if there's like some stupid black swan event or like the stock market crashes because of this war? Like I don't want to be attached to that. I want the money to pour into Bitcoin. It's about that time, right? It's about that time. Let me see if there's news about China news. Somebody said earlier that China's buying Bitcoin. What makes you say that China is buying Bitcoin? I don't know. Maybe he was just saying that. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Bitcoin maxis are saying BTC is going to soak up all the liquidity, leaving altcoins completely behind. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's never done that. So, you know, should I trade my PTGC for UFO? Oh, dude. Okay. It depends. Like, let me pull up the chart. I'm so happy about my UFO. I'm smiling right now. I'm really happy about that move. So with PTGC, I got in day one. Bought a big bag. I just bada bing, bada boom, let it sit. UFO recently I've been getting in pretty late, like 10 million market cap. I'm happy where it's at, but I'm like, I wish I would have went heavy early. The reason why I like these two protocols is you don't need the human beings. You don't need the human touch. You don't need humans. It operates PTGC operates with trading volume through bots, and it's like it doesn't need the human volume, and you earn your reflections, and it continues to go up. It continues to outperform Pulse. So if you're somebody in Titan X, Dragon X outperforms Titan X. PTGC outperforms Pulse by the way the tokenomics and how by design. UFO is like pretty much you would say like a leverage on the entire ecosystem when it comes to like pulsex and even hex because there's large parities bonded. So you're betting on the entire pulse chain ecosystem to succeed being in PTGC and UFO with much lower market caps. That's something to think about, and that's why I solo my pulsex for it. I went on all my wallets, and I might have caused the price to go up the past few days because I've been going on all my wallets and buying the heck out of UFO. And I've seen other wallets do it too. That I've never seen before, but mine. I think like five different wallets, wallets I haven't even touched since Pulse Chain Sacrifice, where I was like, it's time to get rid of PulseX and liquidate it for UFO. That's how bullish I am. I can do videos on that live streams about it down the road, but now I'm looking at Alien. Like I'm looking at it. I just don't know if I want to do it. I, I, I feel like I should have done it already. But at least I did PTGC from the very beginning. I'm up massive. I got all three, ain't selling none. PTGC, UFO, and Alien are true gems. And the tokenomics make me doubt it'll ever see the kind of dip Hex did. Ah, dude, I like that. I'm thinking the same thing, right? Okay, so at least I feel like I'm on track for my thought. That somebody else out there said that. It was meant that I live streamed tonight. It was. Revenue versus inflation seems a huge difference to me. Yeah. I mean, I'll do a lot. Maybe I'll do a live stream about this in the next day or so. But I've been hush hush about plays there for a minute. I'm gonna bring the pulse chain ecosystem content, crank it up. Because it's like I'm going back home, right? I've always been rich at heart. I transitioned into Titan X and both teeter tottering, and I think I just got the final boot from the Titan X ecosystem. To be honest with you, like when Eric told a lot of people to unfollow me, I think I got like 30 people unfollow me, and I told myself, I was angry, I was upset, all the stuff he's saying, all these people that are saying all these things. And I go, you know what? You got to look at it like this. If that's happening with Trayvon, like Eric's having these issues with Trayvon, these issues with AI, people like me, he must not be too concerned about new users. He must not be. And maybe they're happy with what they have, right? And that's and the people have spoken. The people have spoken. Pretty threats, all these name calling, throwing rocks. Like they want to hear someone who's just going to say Tinex is going to the moon, and hyper deflation. It's coming, and point out nothing that could be a red flag. And that's not me. So the two don't fit anymore, right? So I'll talk about it, but it's not going to be like the highlight of my channel. It can't be at this point. I got the boot from the higher ups. I got the boot, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Let's see. It looks like other people are in UFO. See, we're all silent UFO investors, right? I got abducted day one by PTGC. Then the UFO came and visited me recently in the past, several weeks. And it's like, homie, what are you doing? So I provided LP for that. And someone's like, dude, just hold it. The reflections is better. I keep providing liquidity. I get the LP rewards and pulse. And I'm happy about that. So why not? Why not? 45 minutes in, we didn't even hit 98K. I'm going to catch the live stream at 100K. And if I'm asleep when it happens, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be pissed off, right? To answer the question, should I sell my PTGC for UFO? Without answering, let me tell you. Without answering, let me just share this. UFO is $28.5 million market cap. Okay. 28.5 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 milli PTGC is $81.4 million market cap. Still early, but the other one's got less. So more gains seems reasonable for UFO. That's why I'm going big. Does that answer your question? Because I'm not a financial advisor, for damn sure not a professional, right? That's how I'm looking at it. So got a lot more room for growth, right? Well, I never paid too much attention to Eric, the dude, Colin, Mo, and sometimes Jake is more than enough streams to listen to. They have great streams, so I see Titan X still chugging along. Yeah, listen, I don't have a problem with Jake. All I ever said was, "Hey, bro, answer the hardball questions with somebody that's going to challenge you," because I felt like it would help the community onboard new users. And pointing out the liquidity, today's live stream, I was giving Eric all this credit for how great Dragon X is and how the Titan X farms he can solve the liquidity issue that is a concern. And if you're not concerned about it, I believe you're in denial. But whatever, they can be right about that. Eric is not concerned about onboarding people. If he was, he would act like this. He would say, "This is why you're wrong. This is why I'm right." Post it and just flex on him, right? But he wants to get pissed. He wants to get angry. He wants to call me fat. He wants to talk BitConnect, Trayvon. He goes like that level of like, he brought my bad side out, right? And I'm like, okay, you got all the users you want. You're good. Because a founder that wants new users doesn't do that, right? I talk about Titan X every day and Dragon X, positive, I don't like brown nose. I point out the good and the bad because people need to hear the truth. And I don't think they don't want that. So the vote has been placed. Even though there's no DAO in the system, you know. Eric is concerned about his 8% and diluting the stakes. He's arrogant. Yeah, I hear a lot. I've heard that so many times about him. I had just moved on from it. Was like, hey, your stuff's cool. But I don't have a problem selling Dragon X and going back to Pulse Chain because you can't lose, right? I'd rather, now that I think about it, like my concern was if I go and like start selling $1 million in Titan X, I'm not going to be that person that's like when it goes up, I'm going to be upset. I want to get the true value of $1 million, so I can't do it within like an hour's time. I didn't do it like small amounts in a week, or provide V3 and put sell walls up. So I'd rather get out of the ecosystem and catch UFO early because I don't have to worry about the founder fighting with me and calling me fat and stuff like that. You don't get any of that. It's you and the smart contract. And if there is a founder, actually, you know what? I interviewed the founder of PTGC. Homeboy ain't like that at all. It just kicks back. So, different people, whatever. Why is Pulse Chain is dead? We were hoping RH pumps everything after the SEC case. Yeah, I think everyone's very hopeful about the SEC case. As you can see right now, the hype is there. The hype is there. I mean, there's a little bit of a pullback, but the prices are up. We're not at sacrifice prices, but it's enough to get the community excited. And I think there's speculation that they're thinking he's got them beat, like in a game of chess. Like the SEC is toast. They're going to drop it, dismiss. Now, if that happens, we can go back to sack prices without the RH sack daddy. Speaking of sack daddy, can we take a look? Ooh, I like that, man. We've gone a long ways here too. Or if you go into look into rh.com, $531.38 million, right? He's only down 114 million. And then you got the PDI narrative. Oh boy. Can we look at PDI? I got a lot of PDI. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I don't want to look at that. The reason why is because I don't want to go and sell my PDI. I got some wallets. I do sell it. I trade it. Man, when I look at that, I try not to look at the PDI price because then I go, well, if I sell this much, I can buy this. I don't like to play that game with myself, man. I don't. But the price is 2 zeros and a 7-8. Ooh, I just like put a mega DCA, maybe like October 20th or something like that. Like 2 zeros and a 3.5. I'm already double. What in the world? I don't like to look at that. Sell it and pump UFO. That's my thought, bro. Ooh, you know what? That's not the play. It's sell half and LP it with UFO because then you can earn rewards. Now I'm thinking I could sell half. I don't need to sell any. What if it pegs? Is this gonna peg? Is this a real thing, guys? Someone's gonna tell me their honest view. Is this gonna peg or not? I just need to know. Am I fooling myself? Cause I got too much damn PDI. I got way too much damn PDI. There's no way if that hits a dollar that's gonna happen to me in my life. Like if that hits a dollar, man, I'll do $1 million giveaway on a live stream and with ease. Be like Elon Musk during the election where he's like, register to vote. Hit the pound the like button. You might win $1 million. That'd literally be me. I think Ouroboros is the only long-term saving grace for Titan X ecosystem, and Jake's reluctance to do interviews outside of the usual eco chambers is a red flag. Yeah, let's let you say it. I say it, and I'm like the devil. You know, it's like, oh, you want a hardball interview? You're worried about buying the liquidity? You're a fudder. You're a fat fudder. You mother fat fudder. Mother fat fudder. Maybe I am a fat fudder. Well, I am fat. And I'm a fudder. According to them, I'm a fat fudder. It'll peg after it hits $3 and sells off to. Oh, don't say that. Hobie said it'll peg after it hits $3. Uh, okay. What if the SEC case doesn't get dismissed? Okay. If the SEC case, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sell my Titan X yet. Okay, because I do want to. The reason why I want to get out, like I want to go market sell like 30 grand at a time until I'm completely out. To be honest with you, the way I'm feeling tonight, but I should wait in case the case doesn't. Okay, I should hold it in case the case does not get dismissed. We'll probably see a sell off on Hex, a sell off on PulseX, and money will bridge over to Titan X because we've been seeing that back and forth. It'll then pump Titan X, and I'll slowly get out and buy the dip and buy the fear and get more PDI, more Pulse, and more PDI, more UFO, and more PTGC. That's the play, right? So that when I exit Titan X, I'm leaving the door as it's going up. The last thing I want to do is dump all kinds of Titan X while it's down, right? I don't hate the community that much. Like, I don't hate the community at all. The community hates me. But I want to respectfully exit without V3 because I like clicking the sell button. It makes me feel good. That's the honest truth. Or else I would. Maybe I will. I don't know. That's the play. Maybe I need to preach law. So tired of peasants afraid of imaginary horribles like SEC. If the SEC is an issue for you, it's because you are literally an adult child. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever the SEC dismisses or doesn't dismiss, it's going to be an event on the ecosystem. People are going to buy or sell. So you just got to act. I'm acting accordingly. Supposedly there's only 400 PDI wallets with 1 million or more. 400. What's up? I have a lot spread out. And I used to have in one wallet 120 million at the very beginning sitting liquid, and on another wallet with like 75 million. I've spread it out and I've sold some, bought back in. So um I don't know about that number, but I'll tell you I got some big old bags. I think Eric is the only one that hates you, bro, after today. No, I got some threats today. I got okay, 5 different people, like literally death threats in my DMs. And on top of that, there are people I've seen that were in my live streams, and I think even in my private chat. And one of them was like, "What are you doing, bro?" And he's just like, "Well, you're flooding my bags." And then one of them, like I told you earlier, he said Eric put him up to it. I was like, "You're getting that scared?" Because I was saying some things. You're gonna put it on Eric? Like, I don't believe that, but maybe you never know, right? Yeah, you never know, man. If Eric did put him up to those comments, like that's a sick. There will be. I'm not gonna even say. I don't even want to think that's true. I refuse to think that's true because you don't make those threats to my kids. You're going to bring back who was I in 2012? You know, I had sales jobs before that, man. Put it this way, man. I can't even, yeah. When we go to the pool, like I can't even like have any, I have to have long sleeves on because of the tattoos I have. Like, they tell a story, bro. Like, and I ain't proud of it. But I've had to show them before, so people know. Like, I don't want to think like that. It gets me pissed. I should sue the SEC just for screwing with my investments. I know. 250 million lawsuit filed, bro. The SEC really messed things up when that happened. They sure did, man. Like, they sure did. Imagine that doesn't happen. What could have been? But you know what? I appreciate it because it gave us an opportunity to get things for cheap. You know, PTGC wouldn't have been cheap all these years. PulseX, PDI. You know, I don't think we're hitting 100K. Yeah, we're not. So we're going to have to revisit this live stream another day. If it happens in my sleep, if $100,000 Bitcoin happens in my sleep, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so angry. I'll have to like wake up at 2 a.m. and go live. I want to be on stream at 100,000. So don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the Faucets, let's get it. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the truck. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pose. Got these dogs and pigeons from me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Scratch the riches, scratch the riches.